Hey Aquarius, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Aquarius. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. So let's look at this energy. So we have the Sage. So this is the Hierophant, right? Yeah, this is the Hierophant. Okay. Taurus energy here. Wow, from that, I don't know. Hierophant energy, it's usually not the energy of a clear yes or no, so we're going to look deeper. I will say that I'm picking up on some kind of stubbornness from this person, so this doesn't have to be, maybe I shouldn't have even said it like that. It doesn't have to be viewed as negative, but I feel like this person is very grounded, very... they might be somebody who's reluctant to change, or who's set in their ways, or set in their frame of mind. Interesting. This might be this person's personality, but this also might be in regards to a specific situation, because as I'm describing that energy, it just didn't hit. I don't know. I don't know what that was about, but it's like, it just didn't feel complete. So I feel like for some of you, that's not the case. This person is not generally stubborn or rigid. For some of you, they are. For others of you, they might have been stubborn about one particular thing, one particular issue. And it might not have all that much to do with them. This could be about a tradition or something that they feel is binding them, that they just aren't seeing beyond, or something they feel stuck in. Okay, that's the energy. They may feel stuck. So take it as it resonates. For some of you, this person is like hard to budge. They're hard to... they're hard to change their mind, or to get them to see a different point of view. And that's kind of just like a personality thing, or this is something that's coming up about one specific issue. For others of you, this person might feel stuck, or gosh, this is coming through so strangely. It's coming through as firmly planted. They might feel firmly planted in a scenario in their life. So they might just feel like something is well established, or like it would be hard for them to switch gears at this point. So very interesting. From that alone, I don't know. I don't have a yes or no on this. So let's keep going. We have the Strength card here. Leo energy, Taurus, Leo. Strength card is a yes. Heart of Cups, the Queen of Cups has showed up in the first reading. That's a yes to me. Okay. I think I'm starting to see this energy a little bit more clearly. Had to kind of get everything out on the table before I could figure out what was going on here. Let's go back to the Sage energy, this Hierophant energy, because the Hierophant talks a lot about traditions, religion, spiritual wisdom. So this person might be gaining a lot of spiritual wisdom. You are on this person's mind, I would say, from what I'm seeing after that. What's interesting about this is you might be on their mind in connection with something that they feel really rigid about, something that might seem difficult for them to break free from. So this can be breaking free from a tradition, some sort of expectation, customs. So sometimes with this energy, I get kind of the feeling that there might be like a cultural difference, or some thought difference, like a fundamental difference in the thought process, maybe even an outlook on a situation. So that could be present here. You may have gone to school with this person, or you might work with this person. We're also looking at like formal institutions when we look at this Hierophant energy. So you might have you might have met this person at some sort of formal institution. I feel like your first real job or something like that could be at play here. This can also be an indication that this person may be heavily involved in their studies right now. They might be really focused on advancing their career right now, or figuring out like what direction they want to move in life. And you know what? I feel like that's why that energy came out first and was giving me like this unsure answer, because I feel like there's some element of this person being in the trenches with something. They're like really focused on something. And so their attention and their focus might be pulled to that some of the time. And that might be kind of why it's like sometimes their energy's not there. I feel like their energy is okay. They're making it very clear to me. This person can be distracted by things for a period of time. And if they are somebody who can throw themselves into their work or into their schooling or whatever it might be, they can distract themselves. But as soon as I was about to say that this is really taking their attention away from like thoughts of you or this connection, my eyes just landed right on this infinity symbol above the lion's head on the strength card. And it was like, it's just very clear here. It's like this person is always thinking about you, even when they are distracted or even when they should be focused elsewhere. Even if they take that time, like they have to sit down and focus for, you know, a whole hour in their class or whatever, and they might put this out of their mind for that period of time, it comes back. There's kind of this feeling of like it's revolving. So even if they get you and this connection off of their mind, it comes right back. There's something that will remind them of you, or it's just like there's natural times during the day where they always think of you. So it always happens again. Really interesting spread of energy we have here. We have earth energy, we have fire energy, we have water energy with this Heart of Cups energy. So we might be looking at a Pisces, we might be looking at a Scorpio, we might be looking at a Cancer here, but we also have Leo energy, Taurus energy. I feel like they're all over the board here, and I almost feel like sorting out this person's energy is difficult, which makes me wonder what other influences are going on in their life. So they're either influenced heavily by their workload, they're influenced heavily by their schooling or some identity that they've taken on in terms of their career. But I also feel like there might be some element of a family interference here, or family obligations, family traditions. Something like that might be present. Mother energy is jumping out a lot because of this Queen of Cups. So this can talk about nurturing energy, and this can be about your connection. This can also be a reference to this person's mother or to your mother. I'm going to feel out this energy a little bit more because I don't know if this is I feel like for some of you this is pressure that this person's mother has placed on them. It doesn't have to be their mother, but I feel like it might be their mother or maternal figure in their life. There might be some pressure or some expectation that they follow some rule or that they follow some tradition. Very interesting here. I'm also getting the feeling that for this person, some type of therapy or advice might be at play here with this Sage energy. The Strength can also be an indication. This person might be seeking advice, and this could be advice coming from their mother. So this person might be seeking advice, or from another female in their life, someone who is very emotionally connected. So if not a female, someone who understands emotion, someone who might be trying to like lay something out for them, like make something clear, make something understandable to them, because there might be something that they missed. So they might be seeking advice about this. There's kind of this energy of listening to their heart, wanting to listen to their heart. And with this energy of formal traditions and maybe even cultural expectations that I'm getting with this Sage energy, I feel like this person is trying to find the strength and the inner will to do things their own way. So this could be expectations that are placed on them by their family, expectations that are placed on them by, it could be anything, it could be a partner, it could be anything. something that they're committed to. I feel like there's this energy of wanting to leave that behind and wanting to kind of charter their own path, if that makes sense. But I just feel like there's some sort of hesitation or resistance from this person. It's a fear of like stepping out on their own, of doing things on their own, of not kind of following the rules. Yeah, there's kind of this energy of breaking away from the rules or breaking away from the expectation here. And so this is coming to mind when they think of you. There's a lot of kind of heavy energy here. So I want to break this up. I want to like kind of break this down and figure out why, kind of what's going on here. This person is really in the mode of self-development. They want to develop themselves. There's certain things they want to be able to see clearly for themselves. They don't want to have to rely on the advice of others, or they don't want to have to like miss everything. And they also don't want to always have to play by the exact rules, because I feel like there's something in their life that's asking them to like follow this recipe. It might be like following in their parents' footsteps or following a plan they had laid out for themselves. But there's also this pull to diverge from that. And something with your connection might be a divergence from whatever it was that this person saw. And it's like, it's hard for them to let go of that. It's hard for them to let go of the expectation. It's hard for them to think about maybe disappointing someone. It's hard for them to do what's in their heart instead of what's in the book. That's how it's coming through. This is like, if any of you like, if you like to cook, or if there's someone in your family that like, they like to cook or they like to bake or something like that. And it's like, this is the type of person that can't really describe to you exactly how they made that delicious thing, because they didn't measure anything. They were really cooking from the heart. They were just throwing in ingredients and just, as someone that I love to follow says, they just kind of like season it until their ancestors tell them to stop. You know, there's no method to their madness. And I feel like this person has that little bit of them inside. They have this wild energy is kind of how it's coming through, that it's like they want to go with their feelings. They want to go with their gut. They want to trust their instincts about things, but there's always this pull to go back to the book, to follow the rules, to do the right thing instead of to do the thing that feels right. I feel like they have this internal struggle. There's something held back. Yeah, I've got questions. There's something that's held back here, some instinct. It could even be this natural pull to you that's being held back or restricted by either an idea, or this could be by a literal person in their life. It feels like they can't act on what they want to, because there's almost this feeling that this natural instinct that they have should be suppressed in some way. And it's like they want to just develop the confidence to overcome these fears, or to overcome these doubts, or to face whatever challenges this is going to bring up. Yeah, this person thinks about you. I feel like when they think about you, it's connected to a lot of other things in their life. It's connected to this journey of personal growth and evolution. So the impact that you've had on this person is huge, emotionally especially. It's huge, and it's kind of made them question everything, as how this is coming across. It might have made them question how they've been doing life, or question if they want to follow the rules. Do they want to follow the recipe, or do they want to like create something of their own? I do feel like there's something that they're almost trying to hold back. Let's look at this person's energy toward you. What is their current energy toward you specifically? Super curious about that, because I feel like there's a lot of other influences in this energy that came up. And what I'm seeing here is that there's something regarding you that's suppressed with this person. So this could be they want to contact you. They want to tell you something. They want to reach out to you. I keep hearing they're never going to stop trying. What's interesting about this is I'm seeing this kind of this determination and this will that's coming through with the Strength card. And there is kind of this this persistent energy with the Strength card. There's persistence toward personal growth and evolution. There's a persistence toward transformation and really kind of like discovering ourselves. And I feel like this person has that persistence. It's like, even if they fail, no matter how many times they fall, they're going to get back up. They always are going to try to move toward that ideal. And this can translate into this connection that they have with you too. They're not going to stop trying to communicate with you, maybe to show you who they are, or to develop themselves in a way where this could go somewhere, or where the two of you could be on the same page if you're not. That's how this is coming through. And I feel like that's important, because this might be somebody that you view as someone who stopped trying or who isn't trying very hard. And there's kind of this message of like, inside they're trying. I know that might not mean a lot to you, but it's like the internal process of evolution is going on, even if it doesn't show on the outside yet, because I feel like there's a particular reason that message is coming through. What is their energy toward you? Lion energy again. Leo energy. Wow. Okay. So definite determination, more fire sign energy. Leo especially, Aries, Sagittarius as well. Let's see. I'm going to pull another card just to expand on that energy a little bit. What are their current feelings and energy toward you? We have BuzzFeed yellow. That's almost Leo energy in a nutshell. So bright, sunny energy with BuzzFeed yellow. And all of these little circles even look like the sun. So interesting that this card has all of these, like, it's making me think of like chat language. So I don't know if this is like someone that you maybe text with, or someone who wants to reach out to you through messaging. There could really even be kind of the thought going on for them that they're too afraid to approach you in certain ways, but they might try to message you. Or this could be a way that this person has reached out to you in the past. If they like are the type of person that would send you a text over calling you, that could be their vibe, their personality. But this could also be kind of the energy of like the text is safer, or the email or whatever it might be, that's a lot safer, and a better way for them to kind of communicate, to feel like they're getting all of their feelings out. It's so interesting that this lion energy keeps showing up for you. We're talking about a lot of strength and a lot of courage here. So I feel like this person is having to tap into a lot of courage to overcome something, or to move past something that feels almost like it's been written for them. So kind of how this is coming through now is this could be a person who they might feel like their story was already written. Yeah. Let me feel this out. I feel like this might be somebody who sometimes they might lean toward like a negative outlook. And this could be about them breaking free from that, because they might kind of feel like, well, my path is already determined. It's already decided, or things always go like this for me because this is my path. It's already determined and decided. And I feel like having the strength to kind of overcome that might be a current process for this person. We also have the energy of 5 and 8. So 5s talk about change. 8s talk about manifestation. If I look deeper into that energy, because I do see that there's a change here, and there's probably something new that this person is manifesting or creating in their life. But 5s also talk about personal freedom and independence. They talk about like standing on our own. So that can be the change that this person is trying to usher in. They might be wanting to break free from something, wanting to break free of the influence of something. And 8s, along with manifestation, we're talking about obviously the symbol of infinity, so something that is never ending. We're talking about spiritual growth and trying to kind of perfect that. Like, we'll never get there, but this is about trying our hardest to evolve the way that we need to. And I feel like that this person is in that zone, kind of being determined to get there, even even if they started out from a place where they didn't feel like they had any advantage. So that could be about your relationship with this person, but this could be about their life in general. So this person might not feel like they have any advantage with you, like there's any reason for you to give them the time of day, and this could be to forgive them or to even look their way to begin with. But this can also talk about just not feeling like they had like an advantage in life, not feeling like they had a leg up. It could be that they feel like their story was already written for them and everything was already decided and they just have to go along with it. So I feel like they're really breaking out of that. Lion energy is about succeeding no matter what, succeeding no matter where we start from, and a lot of personal and spiritual growth. I feel like another important thing to point out with the lion energy is that sometimes this energy can like come across as somebody who's really standoffish or aloof, somebody who kind of keeps to themselves and can be hard to reach. So, oh, that's interesting when I think about the messaging. If this person has like not responded to your messages, I feel like this is coming up, that I feel like maybe you send this person a message and they don't respond, or they take a long time to respond, or that's something that has happened in the past. This could also be them worrying that you won't respond to them because there's this feeling of someone that's hard to reach. I feel like if this is them, and if they do come across as, like I was saying, aloof, so because it's kind of like this, like they kind of come across as like maybe they don't care, they're doing their own thing and they're not going to get back to you. That's not really what's going on, because this lion energy is often misunderstood. It's more of a calculating type of energy. It's more of an observant energy, and kind of like the energy of remaining stealth. So this person might not want to be figured out just yet. And it's like they're waiting, they're biding their time, they're observing. They might be planning their next move. This is sounding really strategic, and that's not really how it feels. It kind of feels like wanting to get it right, and this feeling of like not wanting you to misunderstand this kind of pulled back or reserved energy for indifference, because it's not really that. It's like they're trying to figure out their next move. They're trying to be precise about what they say. And this is another reason why this person might go the route of text message, because they kind of feel like they can plan out more what they're going to say and be precise about. And there's misunderstandings here. I feel like they might feel like when they try to just speak off the cuff, like they jumble up their words, they jumble up their intention, and it's not clear. And so they might want to put it in writing so that they can be a little bit more clear about it. This is a lot of interesting energy. I feel like there's a lot going on with this person. We're going to see what else we can get. There is a question I want to ask specifically, but there's so much here. I want to find out why this person is thinking about you now, or what makes them think about you. So why now? Strength card at the bottom of the deck. We just can't get away from that lion energy. Definite energy of determination here. Why is this person thinking about you now? And wow. Okay. I don't know if I want to take this in reverse or not. I'm going to take this in reverse. This is talking about this energy here. The Fool in reverse can talk about carelessness, or like being apathetic towards something. And I feel like that's the energy that we were just talking about that gets misunderstood. It's almost this feeling of like, they don't want you to think that they don't want you to think that they don't care. They want you to know how much they care. So I want to say it both ways, because I think it matters depending on what your situation is. This person wants you to know that they care, or they don't want you to think that they don't. It's like it's their energy being misunderstood. This is actually them not really knowing how to move forward or what to say. It can come across as them playing it cool sometimes, but really it's like they want to be so clear about what they say. Hierophant energy here, so repeated energy. Okay, let's get a little bit more. High Priestess. The Hermit, yeah. Yeah. Let's move this down. Three of Pentacles. Okay, this person, like, I don't know if you know them from work or if you've worked with them. This could even be like a group project or something you worked with this person on. So this could have been how you met them. But I feel like this person thinks about you while they're trying to work. And I think especially if they do something creative, they're thinking about you a lot. This could even be that you met this person when they were at work. Or when you were at work. Like you were watching them work or vice versa. This is really an interesting message, but I feel like a lot of what's coming through here is that this person can, here's that word again, be aloof. This person can be aloof, but it's not because they don't care. It's because they're trying to figure out what to do next, and they don't want to really come across as somebody who doesn't care, but there's something they're trying to break away from. Hierophant energy, this energy of like conformity, there's an intuitive connection between the two of you. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. And that's repeated energy. An emotional connection here. Mother energy again. Take that as it resonates. Mother energy is a nurturing energy, so this could just be about your nurturing nature. But there really might be something here for some of you with this person's mother or your mother, and some sort of tradition or expectation, so something coming from the family. But there's an intuitive knowing with the High Priestess. There's something intuitive they feel about you, why they think about you or what triggers it. This is the energy of dreams. Queen of Cups too, the energy of dreaming of you. The energy of having a knowing. And oddly enough, I feel like whenever this person thinks about high levels of commitment or marriage, they think about you. And so this could be someone who's interested in a deeper commitment with you. This could also be somebody who, like, a marriage is significant here. This could be a marriage, a past marriage for them, a current marriage for them, or you is significant to this relationship in some way. It could have even changed things about this relationship. Wow. I'm looking for some sort of timing here. I'm also noticing that your whole top row here is, and this card, there's a lot of major arcana here. So this is like a long-standing situation, or you're on this person's mind a lot. But I feel like they hold a lot back. They keep a lot to themselves with this Hermit energy. Fool in reverse. It's like there's not a lot of action taken, and they don't want that to be misunderstood because they're trying to figure out the next best step, the next best course of action. And they might even feel at a loss. So depending on how open you are to this person, they might feel at a loss. They might feel that there's nothing they can do. I feel like this person might work with their hands. It's really interesting because I feel like they might work with their hands, like for, you know, their profession. They might make something with their hands, or like be very mechanical, a mechanic maybe. But it's like when they get involved in tasks like that, almost like mindless tasks. So this might not be their work. This might be just tasks that, you know, like when you're just washing the dishes and your mind is wandering. You're just kind of like, you're doing repetitive tasks that you know how to do without thinking about. This is a lot of the time that you're on this person's mind. It's like the whole time they're doing tasks like this. And if this is their work, where they work a lot with their hands, they work physically, they're thinking about you the whole time they're doing that, is how this is coming through. So that's a lot, and that might be kind of why there's this feeling of you being on their mind a lot. It's a lot because it's like whenever they can get lost in a task where they don't have to think too much about it, you're coming to their mind. And you're coming back to their mind. Yeah, that's that message coming full circle. Even if they're distracted for a moment, particularly if they're like at work, if they work in a collaborative setting, even if they're distracted for a moment, these thoughts always come back, especially in their quiet time, especially in this hermit energy. Wow. Okay. I want to get some messages from this person. Wow. I'm still in this energy. I can't get out of it. So I just feel such a repetition here with Taurus energy, Leo energy, Cancer energy. So these times might be significant times of the year. There might be something that comes to mind for this person these times of year. And because we have all this major arcana, if this is a long-standing situation with this person, it really might be recurring, like every time this year, because there's been enough time for that to happen. Every time this year they think of you. It might be that your anniversary makes them think of you, or your birthday or something like that brings you to mind, because there's this recurring feeling, and it's at these particular times during the year. Virgo season here. So I'm also seeing a connection here, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Yeah. Let's get some messages from this person. See what we can figure out. I'm going to try to just pull one card. I say this. I say it, and it doesn't happen that way, but whatever messages we're gonna get, we're gonna get. So let's see what messages we can get for you. Number 3, what does this person want to say to you? I will wait for a sign from you. Okay, that's the energy of, it might not look like I'm doing a lot on the surface, because they might be waiting for some indication that it's okay to move. I feel like this person has a little bit of hesitation about going out on a limb, and the potential of rejection, the potential of it blowing up in their face, the potential of just falling off of a cliff, falling flat on their face is kind of the feeling. And there might be a lot connected to this, like something this person would have to give up, a big decision they would have to make. And they might want some form of reassurance. Here I go, pulling another message. We'll just see if there's another message in here. I have a couple other decks I want to pull from. And that's why this Leo energy keeps repeating, I'm pretty sure, because I think this person is trying to find themselves. And for some of you, this person may have felt lost all along, because I feel like there's this element of trying to like follow the rules, and that I think has not felt authentic to them. So they have felt a little bit lost. You had a message come right out. So let's see what this is. I don't want to let fear steal what we have together. Fool energy in reverse. There is a little bit of fear there. They just don't really want to let that ruin everything. Let that ruin the potential. I manifested this connection. We were talking about that with the Strength card with this number 8. I'm distracted by this other message here. There's actually, I love you is actually here as well. This one here, I feel like you gave me the world and I lost it. Interesting with that Queen of Cups. So for some of you, this person really misses you. They really don't want to miss this opportunity, so they see a lot of potential. If this is a fairly new connection, they see the potential there. They don't want to lose this opportunity. Wow. I feel like there is this element of manifesting this connection, manifesting this personal evolution, but it's also really challenging them at this point. Let's grab one more message. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of challenging them because it is creating a lot of fear, and it's causing them to have to kind of dig deep into this energy of courage, going out on a limb, taking a chance, acting even if you don't know what the outcome is going to be. It's kind of how this is coming through. Maybe not needing so much of that sign. I feel like this person would love some reassurance from you. I don't know if that's something you're open to giving them, but it's like a little bit of reassurance would go a long way if you're wanting this person to open up, because I think just kind of building their confidence in approaching you. But you know, that depends on where you're at with this person, because you you may have done all you can do, and sometimes that's the case. And it's like, it's really not up to you, and it's really not about you giving them a sign of anything. It's kind of like up to them at this point. It could be that situation. So definitely take it as it resonates. We have intuition, High Priestess here, and straight to you. Wow. Intuition straight. Okay. I think this message came together. I think that this person's intuition, like I was saying, you're showing up in this person's dreams a lot. And I feel like there's this feeling of like, it goes straight to you, straight back to you. And there's also that feeling of like the thoughts, they return right to you. And it feels like it's all happening on a very subconscious level. That's why that intuition message is coming through. It's like, whether they consciously wish to think of you or not, these thoughts just come back. You're always popping back into their mind. And there's kind of this intuitive knowing and this intuitive connection that they feel with you. Very, very interesting energy. I would love to know how this mother energy plays in for some of you where that message does resonate, because this could be somebody that this person is seeking advice from. Yeah. Somebody who is very nurturing, and this could also be your energy. So very interesting there. I think that's all the messages I see for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you like this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to like it, leave me a comment down below, and hit subscribe if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye.